Alright, so in this video we are going to see the settings that we have inside the editor in detail. Alright, so let's suppose I wanna see the let's say, if you want to go inside the settings, so all that you need to do is select the element and then click on settings, or maybe you wanna go into the settings of the row. Again, select the row and then click on settings, and the same thing with the section, right? So let's suppose I want to go inside the settings of this particular text. So inside the text settings we have, all the fonts and stuff, as you can see, right? And then you can, simply align it the way you want. And then the color settings, for example, let's suppose, you want to do some changes in the ladder spacing. I mean, the more you will play around, you will find it even better, right? You want to give some shadow to your text, for example, so you can do that. You want to increase the size of the shadow, for example, you can do that. If you want to make it, let's say, darker, you can do that, right? And uh, let's say you want to give a background to this. I mean, it does not make sense to give a background over here, but even if you want to give it, you can, right? So let's suppose I wanna make it, let's say, white, something like that, so I can do that. By the way, I will click on undo over here, right? And then I wanna click on spacing, right, and give it a margin. Let's suppose I wanna increase the margin, maybe, and then I can select on this one, for example, and then I want to give a margin below it, so I can do that, right? And let's say something like this. At the same time, towards the left or right, or maybe I want to give it in all the sides, so I can do that, right? So again, totally up to me. uh, Below I want to give something, right? And then if I want to give some padding, for example, I want to give some padding over here, right? So if you will see, when I gave the margin, okay, let's pay close attention. When I gave the margin, and let's select the first one, so this entire orange thing has come down, right? This entire orange thing has come down. But when I'm clicking on padding and when I'm increasing the padding, right, so there is a spacing that is coming out right over here, right? So let's suppose if we have a background color over here, you will be able to understand it even further, right? So we have the space that is created, right? So in case of padding, this is a space that is created between this entire section within itself, right? But in case of padding, this entire section is coming down, right? This entire element is coming down. So that is the overall difference, right? I wanna undo this thing, right, overall, because I don't want to give this color over here, so I'm gonna click on undo, right? Okay, so we have to click on undo like a lot of times, because maybe I gave it a lot of uh, stuff, right? Okay, let's click on undo one more time. Okay, done, right? So let's go back to padding once again, right? And we don't want this much padding and we don't want this much margin as well, right? So this is done. Same thing with let's suppose the button and stuff. For example, I can give the margin and stuff over here, and let's suppose I wanna play around with the sizing. For example, I wanna increase or decrease the size of the button, I can do that, right? And let's suppose the same thing with the video. Again, I can increase the size of the video, for example, I can decrease it, right? Maybe I want to give some space over here, right? So just with the basic settings, you can pretty much do all the things that you want to do, right? For example, in this video, I want to play around with the effect. Maybe I want to give it some border, and let's say a border like this, and I want to make it white, for example, right? So now I have a border over here, right, as you can see. And then once again, you can play around with the border. For example, you want to make it double, you want to make it dashed, for example, you can do that. You want to make it circular, for example, right? And then you give it some width, border width. So this is how the video is gonna look. I don't like the border style. Maybe I want to make it um, like this. All right. At the same time, what else? You can give it a shadow. For example, you want to give a shadow to the let me select this element, right? You want to give it a shadow, um, let's say like this, right? So we have a shadow over here. You want to make it black, right, to make it look good over here. And then again we have all this stuff, right? You want to give the shadow inside, you want to give the shadow outside, right? So the shadow will appear outside. And I mean, you want to give some fancy stuff. Again, click on this, and then you want to make the border of the video like really fancy. You can do that, right? Something like this. This is like all really easy, right? I want to do it like this. What else? I mean, you have all the basic settings over here for every single element, right? So I have shown you for the first section. Similarly, you can go ahead and do it for any section. For example, you want to add an image over here, right? So to add the image, you need to click on, double click the image section, and then, click on this plus sign, right? Click on browse, and over here you can add more images. For example, I have some images over here. Yeah, my pictures. So let's say I want to add this image. Okay, so I have this picture which is more than 10 MB, so I cannot add that. So let's say I want to add this image. Probably I can add this, right? Yes. And maybe I want to add, let's say, this one, right? So let's click on upload. Alright, so now as you can see, the images are almost uploaded, right over here. So as soon as they are uploaded, you will find them over here. And let's suppose I want to select this image, right? So I can select it and it will come over here. Once again, I can double click on it. I want to select this image. So, it's right over here. And then, I want to, let's say I want to do some spacing over here, let's say like this, because these images are not perfectly aligned, and maybe I want to reduce the size a little bit, for example, just to make it aligned, for example. So I can play around and do some stuff like that, right? Maybe reduce the spacing a bit. I mean, this is totally in your hands, right? And same is the case with video, everything, right? Now if I want to add a video over here, okay, so let's select this element, right? So the most important thing is that you select the element, you go to the settings, and then you're gonna find all the options. So if I want to add a video, so I need to select this, and you need to select this second gear, right? This second gear over here. And over here you can see that we have multiple options. For example, YouTube, Vimeo, custom embed a video, HTML5 source, right? Let's say I want to pick a video from YouTube. So this is my YouTube channel. So let's suppose I want to pick this video. Alright, and I want to copy this and put the video URL over here, right? So as you can see, we have the video over here. Now this is something, this is something which is looking really bad. I don't want that, so I want to click on this, right? So I have the video over here, and now all that you need to do is click on publish, right? And wait for the changes to take effect, right? You will see the message over here, and then you click on publish URL, right? So you need to hard refresh it, because this is a page that was already created. So make sure that you hard refresh it once, right? And we have the page over here, right? So this is what we have created, this is what we have got, right? Let's suppose you don't want the border in this particular setting. For example, we have this shadow, right? And you don't want that, so you can remove it just like that and click on publish once again, right? So we have this page, we have all the images and stuff that we have added, and everything is created right over here, right? So this is like one click easy. This is something which is publishing, but let's go ahead and refresh. Maybe this is something which has taken effect, right? Yes, this is already done, right? So the only thing that you need to keep in mind is whatever section, whatever thing, whatever it is that you have added, you need to just, select the particular element. You need to click on this gear icon, which is open settings, and you will find everything in this box right over here, right? In the setting option, you will find all this stuff. Now over here, let's suppose this is the progress bar. So let's suppose I wanna, show it, let's say 70, right? So again, all the settings are available right in front of you, right? All that you need to do is you just need to, play around with it, right? And you can, you would be able to, learn it and very easily use it, right? So this is something which is like very, very, very easy. And any particular element in which, you need more settings, for example, let's say this one, in this particular element you needed more settings, right? So all the extra settings, are going to be found in this particular tab, this gear icon. For example, if I had to add a video, right? So to add the video, I had to go to this particular tab, right? So for every single element, you will find the settings right over there, right? So that's like the complete overview of the particular editor. At the same time, we are also doing some designing workshops. We will share the link with you, right? And probably, if you are seeing this video maybe a couple of months down the line, so in that case we will share the replay with you, right? So everything is going to be available, but again, as you can see, this is all like quite easy, right? Yeah, so this is it for this particular video. I'm gonna see you in the next one.